how they used to. Everything's about to get ready to go down. The major one we waiting on is that MOTV. That's because the gospel is being preached. Every,
It's First Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch until prayer.
you gotta be, you gotta be watching. You gotta be aware. You gotta be aware of what's going on. Cause like if you just live going about living your life, you ain't gonna notice. You ain't gonna notice nothing. You ain't gonna notice uh how they burning these farms, how they burning up the seeds and stuff,
Process.
processing plants. They getting ready, they trying to lock you into their synthetic world.
Salute the drinkers.
Huh?
I got 52. This is Ephesians 5 and 15. I started 14. It said, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahweh shall give thee light.
Time. And once he give you that light, you're gonna become, aware because we under darkness, that confusion, and he's the light. Once you get that light, you start to look into things, you start to understand, you start to gather wisdom for the time to come. Because without wisdom, you're gonna be lost, unaware, blind. So,
It takes light to have vision. Like the court going and see court vision. They aware of everything that's going on. And you pretty much like with them good point guards, they gotta kind of see before. They got anticipation. Prophecy gives us the anticipation, but it begins with the light.
Television.
Yeah.
And this is Psalms 119 and 105. Your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. And can I say something? And if we compare it to like porn guards, hey, their word would be what? The instructions from the coach. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, from a spiritual meaning, your foot is what? These are the instructions, but our instructions come from the word of Yahweh also.
If I can say it, these quarterbacks and like basketball players, guards, what they do, they read the play.
Yeah.
That's the reading the scriptures, man, to get, what I'm saying, the play of the spirit, man, on how we're supposed to operate and conduct ourselves.
and if you watch these shows that's based on like the ancient world and stuff, they be having what's they call it, the torches that have a fire. You with that's how they move about, especially at night. Go through a cave or something, it lights the way.
One more. 2 Samuel 22 and 29. For you are my lamp, O Lord Yahweh, and the Lord Yahweh will lighten my darkness.
You can't see without him. You cannot see without him. You won't be able to get no understanding from no Buddha, no Shiva, none other guys. You ain't gonna get no understanding because the only book that's been on point with prophecy, the so-called Bible, is the Bible.
So like John 13 and 19, this is Yahweh Shah speaking. It says, now I tell you before it comes, that when it comes to pass, you may believe that I am him, I am he. Going back to what the brother's bringing out, he is that word. Like he said, you are a light to my feet and a lamp unto my path. Yahweh Shah is saying he's going to tell you of it before it happens. And it's still to this day, Yahweh Shah still here. He just not here in the flesh, but he here in the spirit.
Because a lot of us, once we woke up, it was about what? The scriptures and prophecy was prophesied in Deuteronomy. And once you hear that and it clicks, you start to believe, you start to listen. Because you like, we did go through that. We the only people that this lines up with. So we look at prophecy and believe, and and it's gonna be the same today. We look forward to prophecy. We look forward to that prophecy. And we wait on it.
It's Baruch 4 and 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
God, you see, once you truly have an understanding, you're gonna be looking forward and for everything the scriptures has said. Thus said the Lord, you're gonna
You're gonna be excited. You know, that's what you're gonna look forward to prophecy being fulfilled. But like going into the light, like you made the point earlier that without Yahweh Shai, you can't have the light. Because you got a lot of these truthers, you know, they have practical knowledge of things that's going on, the economy, you know, and all these different hopes and different things, but they still think it's a way for them to crip their way out of it, man. Showing you that they don't have the full vision. You know, they short-sighted. But prophecy, like through Yahweh Shai, that light through Yahweh Shai makes you see everything all the way through, man. And that's why we say we have 100% truth. You know? Yeah.
Once you go to the word illuminated from the free dictionary, it says one who has or professes to have an unusual degree of enlightenment.
Because it's divine. It's
Divine intervention.
divine intervention. You know?
see Yahweh Shai is that eyesight.
Right.
You know, your eyes are not open now. You ain't covered in darkness. Now you gonna understand like what shall I do to be saved. You gonna turn to the Lord to the best of your ability. You gonna end up learning that the so-called Jesus is not his actual name. That's not a Hebrew name. You gonna start learning that what to do and what to not to do, how to move amongst the people. All that is given to you by Yahweh Shai the light.
This is what you were speaking on about that torch being that light you have. This is the book of Psalms 119, starting at verse 133. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. So that torch you speak about, which is the light, which is this word, man, it guides us, man. And through his reading, how about your man Shai, he orders our steps, man. So we will walk in that path of righteousness to the best of our ability, man. Verse 134, deliver me from the oppression of man, so will I keep thy precepts. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 133. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me.
What Paul said, if it wasn't from the law, I wouldn't have known what sin is, what prayer praise. You see, that's that light. Showing you what's right and wrong, your left and your right. Let's start first that darkness. And
I was supposed to like the light and darkness exposed what's in the room. But the law exposed sin in the earth.
This Revelation 3:18. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. I counsel you to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that you may be rich, and white raiment, that you may be clothed, and that the shame of your nakedness do not appear, and anoint your eyes with eye salve, that you may see.
it's not, again, now you see, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, wants to keep you in that darkness. That's why he give you, do as thou wilt. That culture. The American dream. It wants to keep you distracted, occupied in everything else but the law, turning back to the law, statute, commandment, turning back to the Most High. He wants to keep you in sin because he knows that separates you from your power.
It's the book of Isaiah 59, verse 1. It says, behold, the Lord's hand is not short that it cannot save, neither is his ear heavy that it cannot hear. Verse 2. But your iniquities have separated between you and your power, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear.
That is a tactic the enemy used because he believes, he knows what's up there. He knows what's to come, and he wants to try to prevent this. He wants that blessing back. to keep you and to keep you from obtaining blessing. He want to keep you bound up and blind. Keep you in that darkness.
Because a lot of our people as a whole, our people are like children, you know. They're just like children. Their attention span is short. And after a while, they get distracted. They get caught up into something else. That's why a lot of these celebrities, that's why Esau utilized all these celebrities get starting up drama or telling them to start up drama, getting all different types of activities going. Social media is the biggest form of distraction they use. And you know, a lot of Jake is using and utilizing social media. So our people are their attention span is so short. You got to keep coming up with different tactics in order to keep them occupied in his agenda. You know, keep his kingdom flowing. Because like the brother said, with that eyesight, once you see, you start to see past all his deception.
That's it.
And you start to really see what he is. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go to like Esau. He's really like that. Well, it goes to like he's that serpent. You know, he's tactical. You know what I'm saying? He's cunning. So he's very like skillful to offer his craft. So when he knows that, you know what I'm saying, what separates us from you, how about Shemashah, when we start sinning like this, that makes him lose his his vibration from us. As it says, the wages of sin is death. So the more that we sin, the more that we continue to go off and be disobedient, the more they can stay in rulership alone. That's how they look at it. Everything is tactical when it comes to Esau Edom. And all the other nations, they follow in suit with him.
And meanwhile, he's trying to push his agenda. Just like going into that bank situation, that bank that so-called redeemed. Right. But guess what? You know, when you do the research, basically that was an attack on cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Esau is going to basically have somebody hit your shoulder while he's taking your wallet.
And if I can say, the brother made a beautiful point as far as how social media is being like one of the biggest distractions, man. Because that fulfills the prophecy how people become lovers of themselves, man. So people are so drawn and so mesmerized by the bullshit they do on the social media site, they steady separate from the Most High when it comes to the nation of Israel, man. They have deemed or made themselves gods, man.
Just to add, you know, this is not natural to be a nation full of individualism. One of the byproducts of the Western world is individualism. When you have a nation, it really supposed to be one race.
Right.
But not only is it supposed to be one race, it's supposed to be one mind. So you have all these different moving parts going back to nations, lovers of themselves. Everyone has their own self-interest, their own angle, their own agenda. In America, there's almost 400 million people with their own agendas, their own angles, their own directions. All right? It is not self-sustainable, man. But it's part of that pre-flood mindset, that pre-destruction mindset.
Right. And can I say this? Yep. Now watching old movie like the Mighty Ducks, and he had all them tied up in a circle, right? And a rope around them, and they all trying to go their way. Instead of moving in one motion. They trying to go this way, trying to go that way, and guess what? They all fell down. And it's that going on in the whole world, really. Every trying to do their own individual shit. Instead of as moving as one, and really don't give a fuck about the world being as one, but we want the law to move as one. But guess what? It's not gonna happen to you. How about y'all come back and put us, these people, as one people? That's right. You gotta move as a unit.
It's like just the thought come to mind is that what was that cartoon with the Tasmanian devil? You know, he moved on his own, but when he started moving, it was destructive because he was just going in circles, waiting, going ahead, destroying everything, man. It's a self-destructive mindset when you become a lover of yourself, man.
You have no direction.
No direction.
This is Baruch 4:26. My delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as a flock.
And that rough way was that middle passage, the slavery. All right? It was that middle passage. I said we'll talk like a ball in the waters. Talk to and fro, man. That's that ship. With that middle passage. One of the worst things that has happened to us in this country. So you keep reading. But one of the worst things that happened in this country, outside of the rough way, outside of slavery was a fucking rough way. One of the worst things that's happened was us being westernized, or Hellenized, Americanized, Babylonianized. Now we're ruined, man. All right?
It's Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than its neighbor.
Who's the righteous? Israel. So we're more excellent. We had a law. We had the how about Shimon Havashai. Our nature is more righteous than Esau, man. It tells you that he called up the room out the womb going astray, speaking lies, being a deviant, man. How much more stuff you got? You got it, bro.
Also to add with the saying excellence, because the root word of excellence to excel means to prosper. That's what we say about the laws. That's what pushed our nation to prosper in the world. I don't want to jump the gun, but like the next verse, what the next passage will say, but the way of the wicked seductive, meaning it hinders us from prospering. That's why we still in the same condition now, because we're not backing our way that made us naked. So he said.
Okay, it just says, verse 26, it says, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
What's the way of the wicked, man? What's the wickedest way? Satanism. Satanism. That's basically what westernization is. Yeah, and the whores of that well-paid heart, you keep it in their room, man. All right? Hey. Okay. Okay. All right. Because the worst thing is having to stop people. That's why we don't get each other. We don't know how to make it work with a woman. She westernized. All right? We don't know what to look for in a woman. We don't know that we're not supposed to be workers till we die. We don't know that we're supposed to say like Lord, like my Lord. She said even in several old man Abraham called him Lord. But what are we the Lord over now? We don't have nothing to be the Lord over. Our Lord is a breadwinner, a ruler. We don't have nothing to rule over. We don't own anything. All right?
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Go to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery.
All full of lies. American history was a lie. All the treaties were lies. All right? The treaties are deceitful, man. Politics. But it's a bloody city because America has capitalized on bloodshed since 1492. America has capitalized on bloodshed since 1492, man. And we don't even think about it or really talk about Gad until it's freaking Thanksgiving, man. 77 million on record, so-called Native Americans in North America alone have been slaughtered. Slaughtered! Removed from the Florida Seminoles to what? Oklahoma? All right? From the Trail of Tears. The average Israelite can't be outside below 30 degrees. This picture below freezing weather, you're walking barefooted with children from Florida to Oklahoma. I can't drive that far, man. And you walking that far.
Think about like 15 down the way. I think probably that much. They think, they're on their way from there to there, man. You see, it's a bunch of bullshit.
That's still a bloody city, man.
That's because they wanted that plush land down there in Florida, man. You know, much Andrew Jackson, all right?
That murderer.
Yeah, he made a decree to move natives out of there, man, so he can sell their real estate to foreign investors, man. You know, that's what Esau do, man. Like, Esau big and grinding, you know, scheming nigga, man. Like, everything you do is a big scheme. You know, by the time they hit the news, they just be a scheme that we'll see unfolding that these devils are flying on.
And the nigga is a little peasant ant version of Esau. That little bullshit you cousin up with in your little nigga mind. It ain't nothing compared to the schemes that the founding fathers have pulled off, man.
Like, sell a pound of rabbit food,
Yeah.
you know, for weed.
Yeah.
You know,
Credit card scamming.
yeah.
This nigga got you playing to a white guy, man.
Yeah.
One up that shit. What you got, brother?
The prey departed not.
We still here. I mean, and Jake so institutionalized in America, they only get passports for women. Like, you never thought, like, I can get a passport and just build somewhere else. You get you only leaving a plantation just to find love. Keep in mind, they're not in the truth. So we know why we here. We here to get delivered. But taking the world, they're so institutionalized that even if you let them leave, they're going to come back. The greater part is not, because you took them. The only thing, Jake only knows how to move on Western territory, man.
And then really, you're one man, really them Jakes won't even supposed to say nothing. Like the scripture tells you, let not your enemy know what you do. You know, when on Sirach. He's the enemy. You see, Jake should just been over there doing your thing. You didn't have to post it. Like you said, it go back to a peasant, self-worship, you know, a low frequency mindset, man, where you gotta show the world every move you making, man.
And this a peasant move to show off any little feat you did.
Yeah.
Look, I got a woman that's not really a whore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to have a woman that's not really a whore.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have a woman that kind of respects you as a man. You don't have to, like I said, make a cultural movement. Because Esau don't do it. A ruling class mentality, you gonna get what you deserve. If you have a high standard, you're gonna act up that and you're gonna broadcast it, man. But going back to the point, go to the bloody city, then it goes to the prey departed not. It's a bloody city. Everything that you see happening in America, in the activity of the people, the mindset of the people, it's a result of a profiteering scheme that the elites came up with. Gang culture, profiteering scheme. Feminism, profiteering scheme. Western Christianity, profiteering scheme. The school system, LGBTQ, divide and conquer the Israelites, profiteering scheme. All right?
In Proverbs 22:7, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
Get a loan, a mortgage, profiteering scheme. Somebody gets Sirach 21, a car note.
Student loan.
Show me the Bible. And this is the country built off the Bible, the principles of the Bible. Show me the Bible when you got a chariot note. You got to pay a note on a chariot. It's in your yard and you still paying a note on it. Now you got a bank like Wells Fargo, you got those recurring fees. Let you all go into overdraft. They charge you for being in the overdraft. So and then they'll double up on like 2%. They'll make sure the payments come out at the same time. So instead of charging $35 in the overdraft, it's $70 in the overdraft, plus the money you owe. It's a scheme, man. Subprime loans, mortgages. Show me a mortgage in the Bible. Yeah. That's why men, we out of tune with our masculine frame, because you're not in the frame of a ruler. You don't see yourself as over the woman because you're not in a position over the woman. Both of y'all clocking in and going to the same job. Oh, you got it, bro. Okay.
Sirach 21 verse 8.
Is it 8?
I believe you come.
Come
This is Sirach chapter 21 verse 8. He that buildeth his house with other men's money.
Now, how does that play out in this day and age? You build a house with the banker's money. Because you get a loan to the bank, all right, to pay on that house. Then it's interest rates. All right, and this is how hypocritical it is. You go down certain streets, in certain banks that broadcast like Bible verses on their little billboards, man. Like Old Town Road, you know? How hypocritical is that?
Yeah, that bank that you get a loan from, they get the loan from another bank. You know, it shows you that now with these big banks is having to bail out these small banks. You know? So you owe a nigga, they owe a nigga, man. You see? Well, I say you Jakes ain't got, we don't have nothing here. That's why, like, going back to us being illuminated, it's gonna be easy for us to let these things go, because you know this shit ain't ours anyway. You know?
Yahweh Shah, he bred a ruler class mentality in his men.
Yeah.
Those disciples, he was culturing them to the ruler class mentality that was beyond that Roman plush empire, man. All right, and real elite, the real elect are not going to get distracted by the bread and circuses, man. All right, go ahead.
He that buildeth his house with other men's money is like one that gathereth himself stones for the tomb of his burial.
Because, hey, going back to keep it good again, the borrower is something to the lender. You put yourself in the shithole, man. You bury yourself in debt. But it's hard to avoid it because that's how it's set up in this system. It's not set up for you to inherit land from your dad and you inherit his house, you know.
Because really, you're supposed to inherit titles.
Yeah.
When your father died, let's just say he was a lord, you know, and you can inherit his titles. So you would be over his servants, you would be over his businesses, you know, and you would be over his estate. You know, those are true inheritance, man.
That's why they call it part time.
Yeah. You know?
You put out that note, then they give you the title.
Yeah.
Hey, that Chris Rock said, Chris Rock said, down there, said when white people die, they leave the kids a will. But when black people die, they leave their kids a bill. Yeah. And that's what it is. Right. And they got big ones, you know, especially pay the house off. Yeah, that shit got paid for the land. If you pay the land, guess what? They come take the house and the fucking land. So I mean, you lose.
Eventually.
Yeah.
In Proverbs 22:7 again, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
The rich ruler over the poor. So we have rulers over us. And what I've learned about rulers that are very crafty, they create the illusion that they're not ruling over you. Like you go to a job, they got good management, they know not to micromanage nobody. They know they can get more out of you if they fall back and let you go off your routine. But the moment you start making it known that you're hovering over them, now what do you want to do? You want to rebel, complain, quit?
Or I call you a teammate now.
Yup, that's right.
Instead of an employee, they call you a teammate. You know?
Yup.
You the sake of talk in the morning, this teammate hurt his hand, you know. Like, no, you employee, man, the worker.
Yup. You're a servant. Alright? Because I'm a teammate shit. I want a piece of the pie that y'all get. I want the employee shit. I want the teammate shit. But the point is, that's what the elites do. They create the illusion that nobody is really ruling directly over you. They create the illusion. Now people have the illusion of freedom. But you got to get up and go to work. No matter what you got going on in your life, for the most part, you got to get up and go to work and clock in for somebody else. And get taxed. Get taxed on your labor. Show me that in the scripture. You get taxed on your labor. You know?
You have to wait to get what you earn after they tax you.
I believe it's Psalms 104. A man goes to work and receives his wages at sundown. If a brother could find it, I think it's Psalms 104.
Yep. This is Proverbs 11:1 says a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight.
Yep.
And the earth is being ruled in a false balance. Where you have most of the wealth. You know, they say 85% of the world's wealth flows to 1% of the population, the elites. You know, it's a very unfalse, unbalanced. You know, it's a real unbalanced scale in the earth. You know, because you got people that are dying from famine every day, and then on the other side, you got people dying from obesity. You see,
Right.
It's an extremely unbalanced society, man.
In America, waste.
Yep.
Either they waste or use about 40% of the food they have.
Waste.
They waste 40%. They said, meanwhile, in other parts of the earth, people are dying from hunger. You're dying from either dying from starvation or dying from malnourishment. Or both. But like you said, 85% of the world's wealth is going to 1% of the people. That's what you call inequity. And that's why I said when the wicked bear rule, people mourn. Starving is mourning. That's inequity of the earth. Because you, being a citizen of the planet Earth, you're not supposed to be deprived of the natural resources on the planet Earth, i.e., meditation. You know how easy it is to grow wheat? Most I got lakes and ponds with fish. Most I got fruit that you don't have to cultivate. They just grow on fucking trees. You know what I mean? Like with crops, you got to cultivate it to the land. But when fruit is there, but you got something called deforestation.
Chicken lay hens
Every day, an egg a day.
and he created these certain animals like the bull and the rooster with all the testosterone
Yeah.
to keep reproducing resources.
Flip game. The most size flip game. Proliferating, man. Because and he did that with numbers like, you know how you got something times something? And then you got squared. Something times something. That's how the most size reproduction is. Because it's one male and 3 females and one, you know? It proliferates, man. All right? But even with that, even with the most high's mechanisms for flourishing on the earth, you still have a large amount of people on earth starving. Now that's what you call inequity. And the Most High is all about equity. Equity is balance. Equity is making sure everybody has their needful things, no matter who's in rulership, man. All right?
I got this in Exodus 6:5, and it says, "And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage. And I have remembered my covenant. Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord Yahweh, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and rid you out of their bondage, and will redeem you with a stretched out arm and with great judgments."
And with great judgments, man. Because our bewilderment is us. We're going to get redeemed. And as it says in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, no man shall buy you, which means no man shall deliver you. No man shall save you, man. I'm sorry. I said no man shall buy you, right? Yeah, so no man shall buy you, meaning no man shall deliver you, man. So we haven't been delivered since 1619. The Most High is the man of his word, right? We're still here. And the only time you want to get a passport is to go get a woman, man. I still find that amusing, man. From that perspective, you know? But that is going to show you that this land is about to get judged, man. The mindset that's ruling the planet Earth, all right, it's about to get judged, all right? This anti-Yahweh mindset. Let's free ourselves from the oppression of traditionalism, man. All right?
And it goes back to show you that, you know, in order to be in that mindset, you have to understand that you are under burden, man.
Yep.
You know, going back to a lot of people who still have this illusion that they're free. Let's go back into what we were talking about earlier, the light. We see the scheme, like we see the game.
Yep.
You know, the scripture really give you the insight to peep game.
Hey,
You know?
Yahweh Shah said, I'm sorry, Yahweh Shah said to be wise as a serpent.
Yep.
So the right hand side of the serpent, you see through that bullshit. You see through that BS. That's one thing you learn in life as you evolve as a man. Like, you start to see people's angles and stuff. It's not what it appears to be face value, man. So we see those elites, we see their angles and their schemes. The greatest thing to know is somebody else's motive, man. You know, if you learn somebody else's motive, you know, that puts you in a position not to get messed over, man. So we want to come to the fact, like, damn, we get messed over. We eat fake food. We gotta buy water. You know, we gotta pay payments for necessities.
The modern woman is a bad deal.
It's a bad deal. You gonna come out losing. You know, but he made our woman a prize. He made our woman a prize.
Street nigga leftovers.
Street niggas leftovers.
Made her go.
Yeah, she made her gold. Yeah. And they said that we were once the gold. Yeah. Now she's the gold.
Yeah, after the street nigga.
After the street niggas. I bet them gold in here. God damn.
Yeah, so.
I got a piece of.
Yeah, so.
I had two actually.
But that creates bitterness. When she becomes broke and says she will oppress makes a wise man mad. Because if you're not wise, you don't know you're oppressed. But if you're wise, you know you're oppressed, and that makes you bitter. You get agitated. People don't know why you don't want to work for Esau. People look at you with a car note, and you got it made, man. Stay humble. Like, nigga, I'm oppressed. I know y'all done got checked by people. And man, I forget where you came from, man. Nigga, I'm still here. I'm where you at. You know? But it's an illusion. You think I got more than you. All right?
This Limitations 5, going back when you said we gotta pay for water.
Yeah.
Limitation 5 and 4,
Right.
we have drunken our water for money.
They put tap water, dirty ass tap water, in a bottle and sold it to us. You know? We gotta pay for natural resources, man. All right?
Yep. It said we have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. Our necks are under persecution.
To give it proper context, when the Most High delivered us out of the first Egypt, he put us into a state of sovereignty. Then he gave us constitutions. Like, people ask, what constitution? Physically, it's your skeletal system and things that you're constituted on. These that make you basically uphold as a person. These that uphold you. So what upheld us as a nation? Those 613 laws. But that's so we could be constituted on the land of Israel in a sovereign state. It wasn't about Israel being bigger or smaller than Egypt. It was about sovereignty. So now the punishment is you're going to be deprived of a state of sovereignty, man. You got to pay for your resources. We don't know how that feels. All right?
It said our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest.
Yep. Hey, because how long do you got to work to get a check? 2 weeks? And then you do it for 40 years? Then none of your jobs are designed to be in harmony with your body's moving mechanism. You get that week off, you got pain in your knees, pain in your shoulders, you know?
And if you ain't physically working, you always doing that damn mathematics on how you gonna maneuver this blood.
Yep.
You know, you It's a non-ending goddamn math equation, man. You know, you always add, subtracting, multiplying, splitting this bill, you know.
Pushing that
Yeah,
bill
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Don't
You
buy
know,
that. Don't buy
yeah,
that.
you know, you canceling shit out. You see?
You might say, fuck up a trick.
Yeah,
Push
yeah.
that bill back.
Yeah, yeah. They say, ball on the budget.
Yup, fall on the budget, man.
Constantly trying to put a plan together on how you gonna make it. There's no risk, man.
Brother,
You go to sleep thinking about bills. Wake up, dang, I forgot about that bill. Shit, you know.
Hey, a bill will slip your mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Why am I paying bill for a necessity?
You be instantly sad.
Yeah.
You forget that.
If you had something in your mind you was gonna buy, then bill be like, nah, don't forget about me.
Pocket,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I read with Pat on Depot got that. I'm just telling mine,
It's pressure on your spirit, man. We got stresses on us. See, when we get into the kingdom of the world, man, you're gonna be in a state of peace, and you're gonna look back and realize that you're in a state of stress that you didn't even realize. Because we live in that state right now. We live in a state of stress. It's normal. You got it, brother. Go ahead.
John chapter 8, verse 32. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
And this is the truth. And this truth makes your mind free. We're not held down by the shackles of Christianity, held down by the shackles of westernization, Christianity, democracy, lies. You know? And we look in the glass clearly. We know clearly who we are, where we came from. All right? You got it, bro.
Our self-esteem doesn't come from this world.
Right?
We're broken out of the nigga box, man.
Yep.
You know? And even going back to, we're free to have a ruling class mentality, man. Where because like going back to you, like that slave mentality, you saw when people in the mind frame that your emotions override the bigger picture, you know? Especially with the bigger woman. He put her in the mind frame that her emotion is above, the forwarding of her nation, man. And that's a peasant mentality, man. But we've been free from that, man. You know?
And the question, that Jacob asked, why?
Yep.
Why this and why that, So guess what? We know why. The spirit of Yahweh Shah. We know why we serve captivity. We know why we been the curse on our ass. We know why. And Jake, today, I need to be on the chick. She like, God, so
The devil sister.
yeah, that
devil
devil daughter, that dumb bitch. If God, what God was? Hey, you read the scripture. He was there, but we had to go through. We had to go through this. We had to go through this. And so you all that why shit. Well, you can't ask why.
Well, hey, it said, one scripture, Psalm 17:13. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know God. The God you're questioning is that Caucasian.
That's what it is.
The Colonel Sanders in the sky.
Yep.
That's the God that you're questioning. All right, but the God in the Bible, he controls the left and the right hand. And he has a chastening rod. Yep. And he used another nation to chastise his disobedient children. You know? All right?
It's Leviticus 26:40. If they should confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass, which they trespass against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me, and that I also have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies.
That's the why.
Yeah.
You know, and the Lord tells you why, then he tells you what to do to fix it. You see, the Lord has clear expectations, man. You know, he laid them out in Deuteronomy, okay? He laid out his expectation. He broke them. But then he's a merciful power until he shows you what to do to fix it, man. You know, and it's through repentance. Sin is the problem. It's a culture. Our culture is dominated by sin. The niggas that sin the most is glorified the most. The women that sin the most are glorified the most.
It says the harlot should be trying to spit. It also says marvel not at the works of a sinner.
Yep, if not.
Yep. If he not the works of a sinner,
Yep.
but what happened? We all grew up envying the works of a sinner.
Because like you always go into a Cardi B or a Young Miami would be worthless, all right, if we had to self-sustain as a nation. Okay, but the woman that knew how to harvest crops, she would be worth a trillion of them bitches, man. You know?
Because one asset is worth a million liability.
Yep.
One righteous woman is worth a million Keishas.
Yep.
You know, because and it tells you that in the scriptures, how like one wise man can like rescue a city,
Yep.
can build a city.
Yep.
One righteous man can make a whole nation.
Yep.
Because even the brothers in our camp, the elders in the camp, who do they talk about the most? Their granddaddy. Because their granddaddy was out in the country, and he raised their parents, and they living off the land. And one solid man, that's the real head of the household, man. That's the foundation of a whole nation, man. You're gonna learn real soon that a woman's body not gonna deliver you, man. Worship in that body, they gonna deliver you, man. It's Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place to the acknowledge their offense. And seek my face, and their affliction they will seek me early. How can we acknowledge our affliction if we don't know what we did? If we don't know what we did because we didn't know who we were. Right. And that's what was kept from us. So now we know who we are, we know what we did. Now we're in the state of acknowledging our affliction. And that's why the world is changing. That's why things on this earth are speeding up, man. All right?
Haggai chapter 1, verses 5 to 7. It says, Now therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
The first thing is saying, consider your ways. The Lord always addresses what the problem is, man. You know? The Lord ain't easy for us to figure out, what's wrong. Once we awaken to who we are, all the answers are there, to the why. So he said, look, consider your ways. Consider your ways, and then look at the situation.
See it.
Yeah,
You deal with like sons,
yeah.
that's the proper way to deal with it. Yeah. You might whoop him, but you explain to him, like, why did I whoop him? Yeah. He has acknowledged the offense.
Right. So it's like, why the white man ruling over us? Why we gotta go through him such and such?
I know some of y'all mama, dad used to whoop y'all and explain why he whooping your ass, why he whooping your ass. Every link, then I tell you. Esau and we can show up, man.
Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none more. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes.
We're a plowman. A plowman don't make shit. When it comes to plantations, plowing fields, you're the plowman and the reaper. The plowman don't make nothing. All right? So we're corporate plowmen. So you work these jobs, and the amount of money you make doesn't add up. It's not equal to the labor you put in. So you making $15 an hour, probably be doing $25 an hour work. So that's why I said you sow much, you receive little.
The dollar is valuable, but the wages is not keeping up with the value of the dollar.
Yeah, because the price of gas is going up. Yep. The amount of money the gas costs now, that's how it costs down here during Katrina.
Yep.
It shot up to $3. Yep. So they start taking the numbers off the sign, the price of the sign. So now that's normal. Yep. What was like a crisis is now normal. Yep. So the price of gas is high, the price of eggs and meat is high, but you still get paid the same.
So
no, go ahead, bro.
So you got to put in more labor.
Yep.
To buy more goods.
Yep.
So it's a scheme, like you said, that scheme we talking about.
Yep. The scheme, there was one more thing I was going to name. The eggs, the meat, the price of rent higher. The price of rent going to keep going up. If you want to pay the stare, if you want to be away from niggas, that price going to keep going up, man. Light bill go up, but you still get paid that same easy wage.
Verse 7 says, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. He said, what?
Consider your ways. And that's a sign of maturity. When you consider what you've done wrong, that's how you know you're growing. You can consider, when you consider what you've done wrong, man.
I
You got a halak.
It's Ecclesiastes 16, verse 12. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judges a man according to his works.
So it's his correction also. 1619 was a great correction. That transatlantic slave trade, oh, that was a great correction, man. You know, the things that happened to us in America, that was a great correction. The Northern Kingdom, the Southern Kingdom, the conquistador, that was a sword. You know, I can't cut off the Northern Kingdom like they didn't go for them. Now, the conquistador, they were swords. They went through it. Worse than that, because they went through it in the way that divided their numbers. It diminished their numbers, I'll put it that way. All right?
Verse 13. And the sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated.
Yup. They would. You want to say something?
Yeah, it said the sinner shall not escape with his spoils. See, Esau, he don't thinks that he's going to be able to run off from the plug. Okay? But here it is, the Most High put him on, but it was through, it always had an expiration date on it, man.
Yep.
Okay? But Esau thinks that he's going to put the sea hip in everyone and continue on his kingdom, but like, nah, the Lord is getting ready to end this thing, man. That's why he has awakened their remnant. To, like you say, to those that have matured and considered that we considered our ways, man. And we're constantly considering our ways, man. Slavery fucked us up to where we gotta constantly every day consider our ways. Like, shit, you know, I'm tripping, I'm being a nigga, I'm being, you know, that was some simp shit, you know. You gotta constantly consider your ways because the Lord is finna end this man. Esau is not finna ride off into the sunset in this digital right empire, man. You know? Yeah.
Because Esau on like I said, he on borrowed time. Esau on borrowed time. That's what he on. And guess what? You see it. You see this shit in it like this. Each and every day, you see Esau going down, man. He's on the way out. And he trying to best to keep up the flow. Like this shit hanging by the screen, man. It's dangling, man. And guess what? We gonna love it when it falls. We gonna love this. See this shit collapse. Turn the dollar and then dollar collapse. Hey, you hold on. You independent now. We gonna see what you're then. You be by your goddamn self. That's how you gonna be. It.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 15. He'll swallow down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
Yeah, see, Esau, these elites have the real rich resources, okay, the gold, the precious, you know, metals and stones, you know. Esau has these things, man, you know, because the earth has been given into his hand. But see, he's going to vomit these things up. When you lose a war, you lose everything, man. Okay, when you lose a war, you lose everything. You even lose you. You know?
Yeah, the mind.
Yeah, you lose you. You become a possession.
Or POW.
Yeah. You know, you become a possession. That's what this thing is leading to. This is what Esau is fighting so hard against, because these elites know how to go. You see, this is a war between the elites of Esau and the elect, the house of David. Everyone else is just here floating around. You know, they might be woke to particular little things here and there, but they don't get the overall scheme of what's at stake. They don't understand the world dominion is at stake. Okay? The house of David do. The elites do. Okay? We're talking their lingo. That's why they speed things up and down. We're talking their lingo now, man. World dominion. Go ahead.
The Most High shall cast them out of his belly.
Yep.
He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him.
So this man will be slaved by his own, pretty much his own doctrine, because Esau gets paid off of war. He benefits off funding both sides of the war. Okay, but this war is going to destroy, okay, his infrastructure, man. It's not going to be no renaissance. He's not going to rise up like the phoenix. No, he's going into captivity after this, man. You know? Yep, go ahead.
This is Psalms 52:1. This is a Psalm of David. I'm gonna read this in NLT.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
It say, "Why do you boast about your crimes, great warrior? Don't you realize the Most High justice continue forever?"
Yeah, see, Esau boasting his crime.
Yeah.
You know, you got President's Day, you got Mount Rushmore, you got all these devils on the money. Okay, this is this the man boasting in his crime, man. Okay, let's say Jackson, Andrew Jackson. You got all these different Jackson cities called Jackson, counties called Jackson. Okay, that nigga on the money too.
Yeah.
You know,
$20.
yeah. Niggas got the money for their oppressor, man.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, they had like I said, him the money, right? And Trump said, George Washington had slaves, right? Under Jackson, what's his name? The Jackson nigga, Andrew Jackson. He had slaves too. But you know, they boasting. They said they boasting on. They boasting.
They say all day long you plot destruction. Your tongue cuts like a sharp razor.
Yeah, all day long Esau plots destruction, man. Yep. He's always got some scheme to bring death in the earth, man. You know, that's why you go to the grocery store, for example, you read these ingredients and you be like, why is this in here? Why is yellow 5 in the jar of pickles? Like, why? See, this man had nothing to do but plot destruction, man. Yeah. You know, the train derailment. And then it goes into it like the train derailment spilled toxins. But it says when they set it on fire, they created an even more deadly toxin, man. Like this nigga all this nigga do is just plot and scheme on some bullshit, man.
Said he sleep not unless he has done mischief.
Called soul the fall.
Mind of a man here.
Yeah.
It said,
this is Proverbs 4:16.
I was just gonna ask, like you said, with the going to the grocery store in the back of products, like you said, he had like Yellow 5, and then he got other names that you don't even know. You gotta look up the name just to find out what it is.
You know, aisle 7, 4, 8. You know,
you should got mad at me one day like that.
You know,
can I help you, sir?
You know, you just need the nukes, man. At the end of the day, you just need to play nuke, man.
You want to bring that up? This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief. And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
They cause some to what? Be destroyed ultimately, man. That's why the scripture say he is accused of our brethren, man. Constantly want us to go out and go off because us committing sin is like kryptonite, man. You know?
It's a real life Squid Game, man. Yeah. This man, he always trying to figure out how to mass produce death on the earth, man. That's all this nigga loves to figure out how to mass produce death, man.
But the scripture say he is death. Yeah. Death following him.
Can't be satisfied. Yep. You know?
So back in the NOT of Psalms 52:2, all day long you plot destruction, your tongue cuts like a sharp razor, you an expert at telling lies.
Yeah, expert at telling lies.
That's facts.
Yeah. But this nigga, Esau, this nigga is so good at telling lies, so he has people being Satanists and they don't even know it. Yep. He got people that are full-blown Satanists that think they're worshiping the God of the Bible. Because this nigga is an expert at lies.
Yeah, he's going into expert liar too. He has to call jargon. There's a bunch of extra words. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of extra unnecessary words when he's speaking. Yeah. You got something called double speech, Semantics. Yeah, he got a whole science of deception and how to create illusions in your mind based on the words he has, man. Gaslight, deflecting, circumventing, you know, all these things that makes him an expert liar. It's sorcery. He uses words as a form of magic, man. Magic on your mind.
With that spin campaign.
Yep. And it's Psalm 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they're being born, speaking lies.
Esau, that's all he breathes. That's why because Isaiah 14:21. This is why this man gonna be ruling out the earth. Because all he can produce, is wickedness. You know, like the scripture told Heavenly Father told Abraham that what he was gonna be the father, and kings shall come out of him. Which means what? He's gonna produce nothing but nobility. That means that Abraham will produce nothing but nobility. Okay, but Esau, all he can produce is wickedness, man. This is all that will come out of this man is nothing but a wicked race of people. This is why he and the holy nation was prophesied, to be completely and utterly destroyed, man. You know? Because he would just constantly repopulate the earth in wickedness, man. Bro, get that first back in 1. go into that history. We gotta go.
It's Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children,
Yep.
for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not arise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Why? Because what will happen? Wickedness would just repopulate the earth again. Remember, he's an expert liar, so everything the nigga produces is another expert lie. You know, like that's another one of these niggas, man. And they grow up because all of these they were all babies at one time, nigga. You know, nigga on all the banking cartel fucking with CERN, but this nigga was a baby at one time. Nigga fucking with the heart, nigga got, you know, -2 in Dallas, you know. And at one point in time, the nigga was a baby. You know?
They could be stuck away. And it happened after Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian.
This is Alexander, all right, the great, and Esau took some fellowship, okay? But through him, all right, these Greeks, okay, the scripture's going to tell you what it produced in the earth, man. All right, then you go to Alexander, his father, the Macedonian. Okay, you can link him back to Haman the Macedonian. All right, in the book of Esther, and then you can link Haman, all right, to Agag, which was the king of the Amalekites, man. Okay, that's why the scripture say Amalek shall be the first of the nations, man. The first Edomite, all right, superpower when the earth came through the Greeks. That's why this is the Greco-Roman Empire, man, that we exist in today. Everything is back, man. Go ahead.
He came at the land of Chittim.
Yep.
He smitten Darius, king of the Persians, and Medes.
Yep. So he had Alexander conquer who? The Persians and Medes. You know, conquering Darius the III. All right, go ahead.
That he reigned in his stead for the first over Greece.
Yeah, go ahead.
He made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth.
Yep, he was a conqueror. Go ahead.
He went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, so much that the earth was quiet before him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up.
It's just like today. These Edomites are exalted because they go on the run and conquer the earth through the sword. That's what Alexander was doing. Alexander the Greek. He was going through the earth and just having his way, man, because prophecy was behind him. Just like prophecy was behind the Edomites during the Renaissance, man. Okay? Everything, all right, is tied into prophecy, man. You know, when you look at the major world events throughout the earth, you know, past, current, and in the future, it's all linked to prophecy, man. Okay? Go ahead.
And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries, the nations, the kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things, he fell sick and perceived that he should die.
He had a 12-year run, you know, and he died at age 32. Pretty much started conquering, you know, real young at 20, 21. You know, he inherited a great military from his father, Philip II. Okay, he went forth to conquer, but he had a short run, man. Okay, go ahead.
Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth.
Going to these folks, generals, man. You know, we have Ptolemy, Samuel, lots of Megas, okay, and Seleucus. You know, when you get Antiochus Epiphanes, man, go through that line of Seleucus. All right, and through those four generals, his empire was split. And what happened when his empire was split between the four generals? Go ahead.
And he parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
Go ahead.
So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. His servants bare rule everyone in his place. After his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evil were multiplied in the earth.
And evils were multiplied in the earth. Going back to the precept the brother brought out, they estranged from the womb, going forth speaking lies. So if they're allowed to be in rule rulership and producing the earth, okay, and reproducing the earth, what will spread? Wickedness. You see?
This is a quick one.
This,
This Proverbs 29 and 16.
yeah.
When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases.
Woo! When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases. That's why the earth is overpopulated with wickedness, like you were saying.
Nah, it's King James.
It's in that team. Okay.
You know
Now, like you were saying earlier, Esau made wickedness normal. Like
Yeah.
you talking about the gas normal, but it ain't supposed to be a plague of the alphabet people. Okay? It ain't supposed to be a plague of harlots. Okay?
Yeah.
Like you would have things in the ancient world, like even harlots, but it wasn't a plague. That wasn't the norm. Okay?
Or poverty.
Poverty,
There's
yes.
a bunch of homeless people everywhere.
Yeah. You know?
Like when you have because a nation is like a factory.
Yeah.
You're manufacturing civilization.
Yeah.
You're manufacturing a two-parent household.
Yeah.
All right, so a harlot,
Yeah.
that's like a defect.
Yep.
When you work in a plant and they get in the back, they got all the defective parts.
Yep.
You can't put that on the shelf.
Yep.
So you see harlots, thugs, homoles, homeless people. Those are defective parts of the civilization. That was supposed to be the dominant culture, man.
Pedophiles.
Pedophiles, yeah.
You know? And this is the things that increase. Under this man's rulership, man, he made these things normal, man.
Yeah, he took the earth by violence just to produce moles and Decepticons.
Yeah.
And, you know,
It's normal now. You just gotta deal with this shit. You know?
I can't say T-words or Transformers, Decepticons.
Yeah, you got it, bro. You got it.
Let me finish that.
Finish yours, yeah.
It said Proverbs 29 and 16. When the wicked are multiplied, the transgression increases, but the righteous shall see their fall.
The righteous shall see their fall. We're here to see the fall of our enemies, man. You see, that's another thing, like, what's that, look at 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. See, as we matured in the faith, we have different desires now, man. You know? When we was young, even when we was in the world, we had those youthful lusts, and even when we came into the truth, we still had a very immature understanding of the overall narrative of the Bible, what the Most High really wants in the earth. But now we see it. Now we to the point we want to see the downfall of our enemies, man. We want to see this man lose his empire and go into captivity, man. Okay, that's what we desire now, man. That's why we don't have no stakes. We don't care, because we all one bank run away from being through. All right, if they do a bank run on that shit Monday, whatever bank you with. All right, we done. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything you put Amazon Prime gone, you know, Netflix gone, you know, whatever. That little quarter tank of gas, that's it. You know, but no, we're thinking above, man. You know. St. John 8.
Yeah, go ahead. It's Sirach 25 and 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Yeah, and you can only have joy, really have joy with children when you're in a place of sovereignty. You know? Because as a man, you're really supposed to be in full control over the direction of your house, man. All right? Who your daughter will marry, okay? Who your son up, all right? To be a ruler, you know, to inherit your titles, okay? That's the only way you can really have joy as a man is when you have sovereignty, man. Okay? And that's what we're coming into, man. And that's gonna be through what? The fall of our enemies. Okay? This is where we at with it, man. That's why we're not here to talk about no hat. See, you know, Jake wanna still bring the hat up, you know, white women, prostitutes, man. We ain't even think about that shit, man. Okay? You think about that more than we do. Yeah, you don't care about that shit, man. Okay? This man got to fall, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11.
Yep.
When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Yep.
I understood as a child.
Yeah, spake as a child. Understood as a child. You know? You come to a point you think the truth is about multiplying women. You know, he thinks about, being deep. Okay? But then we start to understand on a more mature level, man. We thought it was about, fringes on everything and, the outer showing of being an Israelite. But then as you get deeper into it, okay, as we mature, then we start putting off those childish thoughts and start thinking like spiritual adults.
I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish
Hey,
things.
we're becoming men in the spirit, okay? We're becoming spiritual men, which means we're moving with a different expectation now, man. Okay? We understand, all right, the intent, all right, and the expectation that Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah has in the earth. Okay? And that makes us understand our purpose more, man. So how we should move, man. Like we always say, things have to start fitting into your program now. Okay? Instead of us molding and being, pulled to and fro and everyone else program now, like, nah, things gotta fit my program because I'm serving Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. Okay?
Now we'll go back to the
Get that.
Psalms 37, verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree.
That's what Esau Edom have done. See, the problem of the earth is that wickedness is running rampant and unchecked. Okay? That's why we're not here to try to fix the earth. Okay? We're not here to try to fix this society. No. We need a complete wipeout. That's why the nukes make sense now. Because the society is so out of pocket that it just got to be nuked.
This
know? Yeah, the nukes make more sense. Like, it's going back to you think, when you think as a man, you put out childish thoughts. Like, okay, now the nukes make sense, man. This place should be made into a desert.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so.
Yeah, I come to some say this because I think Uganda. Uganda. Yeah, guess what? Hey, America basically America. They told them they gotta legalize the mold. If they don't do it, no aid. They if they don't legalize them people, they get no aid. And you see the kind of shit they push that shit on everybody. You gotta do, man, look, what should say? Joe 90:24. That's it. That's the man. That's the man.
Cause I was listening to the Radical News. Y'all heard of that? It's like it's alternative news site. Esau Rebellion. Of course, the whistleblowers. Pretty much how he's saying that China about to help, Russia with aid in the militaries. But U.S. came out and said you drawing a red line. You do that. Me and Taj talking about, was like, damn, but you helping Ukraine out there. Like, that makes sense.
What, 40 billion? You gave them $40 billion.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, all right, hey, prophecy gonna come to pass, man. Russia gonna eventually go past Ukraine. They're gonna be in Poland, all right? They're gonna be in Sweden,
Poland finished.
Yeah, Poland done. Yeah, Poland like that 95 Lexus, man. That motherfucker finished, man. Motherfucker outdated in hell, man. Yeah, it's done. You got it, bro.
Yeah, I got one more. Go ahead. Verse 36. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I sought him, but he could not be found.
Yeah, so it was a time where he was allowed to spread
propagated.
Yep. There's gonna come a time when he's not found. He's gonna be insignificant. Because really, like, even before he's destroyed, Esau gonna be insignificant in the earth, man. Because he's gonna have those jobs. All right, he's gonna be way like Esau gonna be under the earth most of the time, man. Like the resources, because it would make sense, like, speaking as a man, because he hoarded all the resources and he worked the shit out of everyone else to mine the resources. He gotta go do that shit now, man. He gonna be irrelevant in the earth outside of their labor. Like you say, he used us as a tool. Esau just gonna be a tool,
Because that's what the seasoning process was in slavery.
Yep.
It was to break the human spirit in you, is turn you to a tool, to a beast, a cattle. Kill the human in you and make you cattle. So that's what we're gonna do with Esau. We're gonna value. And like you said, brother, you're gonna be a tool, man. That's what capitalism is. You use the world as a tool.
Hey, didn't the guy Morgan told you that? Now you own. Wait, he told you that.
Yeah, I said, this job is of a process. I'm over you. He said, let's take that out of the equation. He said, let's just quit to it.
He ain't give a damn.
Yeah, that's the real pill right there.
You're gonna take that out of the equation.
Yeah.
Hey, what you should have said, noted.
Right.
He ain't give a fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Matthew 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah, hey, this is gonna be a very cold society, you know, especially when things are scarce. Because everybody already worship themselves, everybody already out for self. So this is a recipe to be very grimy out here in America, you know, especially when the resources just hit, man. You know, they really crash this thing, man. You know, now it's kind of decentralizing, you know, because you Americans are so damn dumb. Okay, you got Americans going to take out their money out the small banks and then going to put them in big banks.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what they doing. There's been an influx in new accounts in big banks. Okay, here it is. You was cut off from your money. Okay, then the government pretty much bailed y'all out. Y'all went and got y'all money, had it in y'all possession, and went and put it in another goddamn bank, man. How stupid can you be, man? But that shows you the low level and the low frequency that the masses of the people are on. Everybody gonna be operating off straight beast instincts, man. Herbs and times, man.
It's in Proverbs 10:2. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivered from death.
Yo, hey, treasures of wickedness. And Bob Bashar really get that word treasures in the blue letter. Because it's gonna profit nothing, pretty much. It's gonna come a time where we're gonna be separated from those things, and we're gonna depend fully on how about you out shot. That's why this is really the scripture tells you store up your treasures in heaven. This is what we're doing now. See, we got an account that the elites don't have control over, man. Okay? And that's the reward in heaven.
That's right.
And that's the mercy that's to come in the time of chaos. We're storing up mercy now. That's the, Hosea 10:20. You got it, bro.
This treasure in the Hebrew, awataza, it said treasure, storehouse, gold, silver.
Yeah, hey, because everybody say go buy gold. It's not going to help you anytime.
Yeah.
You're going to get down out here, man. Okay, when folks starving, they be studying on goddamn gold. Okay? Well, your stomach growling. You're going to walk right past the gold. Okay? And you're going to, goddamn it, make everybody lay down where the food is, dude. You know?
It said store supplies of food or drink.
Supplies of food or drink. And it said these treasures profit nothing in the day of wrath. Because this is the Lord's anger that's going to judge the earth.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't prep against the Lord's anger.
Yeah.
All right, carnally. We're prepping in the spirit through obedience, discipline.
Yeah.
Okay, out here doing the labors in faith. That's the only way you can prep against the Lord's wrath. But canned foods and getting gold and
Which, if you got that,
yeah,
there's no law, no sin.
Yep.
Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. But if you elect, you're gonna be good anyway.
Yeah.
But it's a process. It's gonna be a process in which you use your own prudence to make it easier for you. Then there's gonna be a particular period of time where you're gonna be forced to trust in how about somebody's shot.
Faith.
Faith.
Because, these guys doomsday prepping, got, canned goods and water, ceiling high. But it ain't not going to mean nothing if the Lord ain't with you that day, Then
That's what I'm saying. People lay in the mind that they're going to save themselves. They're getting all these non-perishable items to give you perishable yourself.
You're perishable. Whoa. You're perishable, man. Ain't that so?
Then they say storehouse, magazine of weapons. Yep.
So all these treasures, that people are trying to store up, as if they're going to ride out the wrath of the Lord. Like, nah. Like the Quran said, you use your wisdom, use common sense, because it'd be smart to buy in bulk so you wouldn't have to go deal with these people as much.
Right.
Keep making those frequent, back and forth to the grocery store, man. So when it might be chaotic, you might have a week or two where you kind of just chill out the way while the world had better. But like you say, there'll come a time where you're gonna be fully dependent on your Alpha Shem Al.
I'm waiting to see the NLT. And 12:10-2 NLT, tainted wealth has no lasting value.
Yep.
It's something tainted is something undesirable, man. But it say, but right living can save your life.
Yep, right living. Yep. And that's this standard here, man. The Lord has given us a standard on how to be. Because even, Yahushua said you can hang the whole law on loving the Most High with all your heart, all right? And loving thy neighbors thyself. Because within that, there's a certain way that you're going to be towards your brother, that you're going to be fulfilling the law by default. You're not going to commit adultery. You're not going to steal. You're not going to bear false witness. You're not going to lie. You're not going to do those things because you're treating him as yourself. So on those two things, all right, that creates a lot of the fulfillment of the law by default, man. When you're walking in that spirit, man. You see? John 8:23.
Hosea chapter 10, verse 12. Sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy.
Hey, sow to yourselves in righteousness, so we can reap in mercy. We're going to need mercy in these times, man. Okay, so the scripture says, sow to yourselves in righteousness, man. This is what we're doing now. Okay? These labors are considered righteous, man. The brotherly love is considered righteous, man. And that comes through not only just exhortation and charity, but in rebuke, correction, okay? Sacrificing, man.
Yeah.
You see?
It's like a good relationship with the Most High. Better to have a gold and silver, man. They say, I'm going to get this scripture.
This sir, real quick. And the reason why, who created the planet Earth? Yahweh Shai. And who put out the resources of the planet Earth? Doesn't it make more sense to be plugged in with the Creator and not put all your energy into His creation? The gold and silver is part of the creation. That's part of Pandora's box. So it makes more sense to be more plugged in with the source. You saw the plug, man.
You saw the middleman.
You saw the middleman. But how about Small Shai is the source, man? So you know how to say that. He's petty, man. But hey, as we get more and more into the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, it makes more sense to seek your how about Small Shai. As it says in Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom.
Hey, what it say about wisdom? She more profitable. Fine gold and rubies.
Because wisdom makes you make decisions and puts you in favor with the source.
Hey, wisdom Solomon, if I can add, wisdom Solomon, what's the 7th chapter? Wisdom make you friends with the Most High. Because what is wisdom? The fear of the Lord, man. And you fear the Lord, you're going to be obedient, man. That's a good relationship.
And then the wisdom teaches you how to govern. King Solomon, he prayed. He didn't pray for gold and silver, right? He prayed for the wisdom of governing his people. Really, your house people.
Yeah.
Like, give me the wisdom to govern your people. So, King Solomon know how to manage money. He know how to manage money in the treasury. Right? He know how to allot things to certain people within the kingdom. He know how to put governors under himself. All right? It's part of wisdom, man.
Yeah. Then, because you have that asking gold, I'm going to give it to you anyway. Right. How much more these times? Right?
Everything you worship on earth, gold, women, the Most High is a creation. They came with Pandora.
Hey, with the heavy in my throne off of my footstool, what house would you build for me? Said the Lord.
Right. Hey, Most High puppies, man.
Hey, can I get this real quick? This is Whack 29:11. Lay up that treasure according to the commandments of the Most High, and it shall bring thee more profit than gold.
It shall bring thee more profit than gold. Because mercy is going to be way more valuable than gold when the Lord's wrath is in the earth. No one's considering that scenario. The Lord's wrath is in the earth. You got to harp on it. This is the Lord's anger at this society, man. The Most High is pissed
Yeah.
It's the same power that flooded the earth. It rained down fire and brimstone. Okay? So he's pissed.
Yeah.
So mercy is gonna be way more valuable than gold, man. Okay?
They always say store your treasures up in heaven. Where your heart is, where your treasure is, where your heart be also, right?
Yeah.
So we storing our treasures up with the Most High. Because like you said, mercy gonna be the new currency in the earth, man. That's why the Lord said He gonna make a man more precious than fine gold.
Because right now, like you said, a woman is gone right now.
Yeah.
We all going crazy over the woman. But soon, now we gonna be more precious than fine gold, man. It only makes sense. You know?
Back at Hosea 10 and 12 again. Sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground.
Yep, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground, which is the old mindset, man. You know, so something else can be planted, because before you can plant something, you gotta break the ground up, man. Right. And see, what our old mind had to be broke up. Then he was able to plant righteousness in it, man. A new perspective, a new way. Okay?
For it is time to seek the Lord
Yep.
till He come and rain righteousness upon you.
Until he rain righteousness upon us, man. Okay? And ultimately, that's going to be when we change, man. See, when we're made perfect, and we're able to inherit all the blessed promise, all right, for us, what? Obedience, man. You know?
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat?
You see how Shah was prepping us, all right, for these times, man. You know? Because, hey, people are going to take the seed based on worrying about these things, man. Okay? And Esau going to be throwing all these decrees. You can't do this, can't do that. Okay? Money is not accepted. Okay? Then you own something else. Like, you know, the only way to move goods, okay, the only way to buy goods and sell, trade is through this. Okay? And that's going to create a fear in the masses. Okay? It's going to make them buy down, but the Lord told us to fear not. Take no thought. What was that nigga talking about, man? Okay? Go ahead.
And the body then rain.
Yep. Go ahead.
Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they?
Yeah, so the birds, okay, they eat daily. You know? They don't have to clock in, they don't have 401k, they don't have refrigerators, okay? But they eat daily. All right? Because the Lord has already made their daily provision. You know, their daily provision is already made.
And it's
Okay?
like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get the scripture right quick. Stay in the spirit, but I got a point too. Let's see. It says Sirach 6 and 19, because you made a point. It was like your mind is like land that has to be broken.
Yeah.
You gotta till it.
Yeah.
All right. Sirach 6 and 19, come unto her as one that ploweth, and sow it, and wait for her good fruits. For thou shalt not toil much and laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon.
Yep. And because you got to think like, when these seeds of righteousness and wisdom is planted, they produce what? Action. You know, the scripture talk about the fruit of your doings. Us out here now shows that this seed was planted has produced, okay, a certain action, man. You know, the way we maneuver through our day to day, that's come from what? Those seeds that was planted, all right, and now they have broken the ground and it's showing outwardly, man. You know?
And we've been watered over the years through the apostles, the
Yep.
through the elders. As it says in Sirach, I've watered, Apollos sowed, I've sowed, Apollos watered, but the Most High gives the increase. So we've been nourished over the years. Cultivated, yeah, you know.
Wow.
We went from wild olives, now we've been groomed and cultivated, been cultured, you know. And another point I want to make, because she was like, you know, about the earth, the birds don't have to worry about that. That's how you know Esau's a narcissist. A narcissist is obsessed with them being over you. A narcissist wants to be the source. Esau wants to be the source of your livelihood. Esau wants to be responsible for your livelihood so you can perceive him as a God. We're out of tune with the earth. That's what people in Egypt was about. Sovereignty and worshiping him alone. We being his woman. Right?
That's why he's That's why Esau known as the new Pharaoh. Because back in Egypt, those pharaohs we consider like gods. The masses, looked at them as a god. And one of the main things that they would give credit, to the pharaoh for was every time the sun would rise, they said it was the pharaoh doing it. Because when the sun set and it go down and like it's going under the earth. Well, they had they would say Amun Ra would go into the underworld and he would have to fight the serpent. And then once he beat the serpent, he'll rise again. And they were like the pharaoh was the one that was overseeing it. So when the sun would rise, the subjects of Egypt would come worship the pharaoh for making the sun rise. That's why you go Easter, what you have? Sunrise service. Yeah. They worshiping the sunrise. That's why it's on Sunday. But they would have their sunrise service. But the Egyptians did that every day. And that was the way the pharaoh would make it seem as if he was responsible. Like you said, that narcissistic.
Yeah.
That's why when you really go into, I've been watching the videos lately, but when you really go into the mind of the pharaoh, you see why the Lord compares Esau to Pharaoh, man. Yeah, the God complex, man.
I'm looking it up now. I believe Pharaoh goes back to sun.
Yep, a great house.
Great house?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I stand correct.
Yep, great house. Yep, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 65 and 13. Thus said the Most High Power. It said, thus said the Most High Power. Behold, my servant shall eat, but you should be hungry.
Yeah, that's what we lean on. We're going to have to stand on it. We always talk about we're going to have to stand on these things, man. When we ain't ate in 2-3 days, when we don't know what's coming in, we're going to have to stand on. This is written. This got to kick in sometime, man. This going to have to kick in. Okay? You might be getting nagged by the woman. You got children. You might be getting nagged as a man. As a man, you're going to have to stand on this, man. This going to be real masculinity, man. Okay? This going to show real masculinity. The men that can stand on this right here, man, in the clutch. And we pray that we're able to do that, man. The Spirit going to be dealing with us heavily for us to be able to stand in this fire, man. That's the culture.
Behold, my servant shall drink, but you should be thirsty.
Yep.
Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but you should be ashamed.
Yeah, so the scriptures having us in a good state. So somewhere along the suffering, all right, favor is going to kick in somewhere, man. That's why I say in patience shall possess you your soul, man. It's going to be a thing of patience. We're going to be good. These people are from the suffering is to test us, but it's to torment them. You see, the suffering that's coming is to test us, but it's to torment them. Okay? Our people that refuse to listen, they refuse to get it. Okay? Population in Jackson, 153,000, man. Nobody come out here, man. The suffering is for them. Okay? They refuse to hearken until Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 14. Behold, my servant shall sing behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart.
Yep.
But you should cry for sorrow of heart.
Because this is everything we wanted. As a righteous, as someone that because remember, we thirst for righteousness, man. Okay? So we're going to be satisfied to see righteous judgment go forth. We really ain't going to realize, because that's going to be a exciting thing to see righteous judgment go forth, because it's been long overdue. Because if we're those ancient men, all right, coming back, okay, it's in our spirit, okay, to see righteous judgment go forth in the earth, man. Because that's what our forefathers constantly pray for, man. Okay? Okay.
Right. But you should cry for sorrow of heart and should howl of that vexation of the spirit.
Yeah, because our people love this society. Okay? Our people love this society, they love this status they got, the clout they got. But the Lord finna really start breaking this place down. And when you go into the Exodus, the Most High was mocking all those guys of ancient Egypt, man. Okay? Every plague was really a mockery because they had a god with a human body and a frog head. Nobody had the plague of the frog. You had the God with the human body and the insect head. You had the plague of the flies. They worship the Nile River. He turned it to blood. They worship Apis the bull. Okay? He killed livestock. Okay? Everything that people worship, the Lord, everything that people worship in ancient Egypt, the Most High made mockery of it, man. Let you know that this was a high power that was sending the message, man. There could be some messages sent in the earth, man. Going on, man.
Come on down, Bill.
This is Whack 40 and 8. Such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners.
Sevenfold more upon sinners. You see? Which means the Lord can really be active in the earth with the masses of our people that refuse to repent, and these heathens as well, man. Because the heathens are guilty of running to Esau, and our people are guilty of pretty much turning them back on their power, man, and refusing to turn back. You know? So the judgment gonna be way more worse, all right, for the sinners and these heathens, man. Yeah.
It said death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamity, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked.
They are created for the wicked. The Lord created famine for wickedness, man. Yeah. You see? The concept of starving to death, he created that for the wicked. Yeah. That's a slow, agonizing death where you get to think about all that bullshit you was on, man.
That's why Susan says all things have their uses.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All things have their uses.
So once you start with something, you get to hallucinate after a while.
Yeah, you hallucinate.
So you're going to be seeing apparitions, but you're going to be thinking about all that bullshit. And you're going to hear the prophets. Because, see, really, everything that you heard is in your subconscious, man. You know? And the Most High going to be drawing it out. Precepts from the Lord code, it's going to be precepts coming out while you starving, man.
I'm going to be like, this is why you starving.
Yep.
Bring it back to mind, you know?
Yep.
So, wait, let me read that again. It said death, bloodshed, strife, and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
For their sakes came the flood. You know, just like the poem said earlier, this is pre-flood behavior. What are people doing? Marrying and giving into marriage, which means they're living their life with no awareness, all right, of how about Shema Al-Shai and his movement.
Yeah, what it says, scourge are sent for amendment, for correction.
Yep.
They're not mindful of the scourge.
Yep.
You know, they're turning up more and more in their wickedness day by day, man.
Yeah.
You got it. This is 2nd Ezra 2, verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble in heaven is coming, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Like thou shalt be merry and have abundance, you know. But we're going to be tested before we get to that point, you know. And you just got to believe that He is. We're in the time now where we just got to believe that He is, man. Because we're going to be in circumstances to where it looks like there's no way out, man. We're going to be in situations to where we're not going to be able to fathom in our mind and how He's going to do it. You know, we just got to, that's why I say the just shall walk by what? Faith and not by sight. Because we're not going to be able to see the way out. The Lord's going to just perform a way out, man. Okay? Israel didn't think about going through the Red Sea. They were like, shit. You know? Looking at Moses, looking at Pharaoh like, shit. You see? And what happened? The sea opened up, man. That's the level that the Lord is going to be on. Because He said in what's that, John 12 and 28.
It says the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall not be able to do anything against thee, says the Lord.
Yeah, hey, we're going to be good in the earth, man. You know, and then on the flip side, even if we have to die for it, you know, we're going to go to paradise, man. Like, you got to start looking at things different, going back to, you know, and thinking as a spiritual man. You know, like, even in death, we're going to be good, man, because all Esau can do is expedite us being immortals, man. If we're part of that number. Because what, hey, it's only one chance that Esau has to kill us. He only got one more chance to do this.
They gotta say you only live once.
Yeah.
But on this go around, you only die once.
Yep.
It said there be some of us that should not taste of them. So he ain't gonna kill up. He ain't gonna kill all the prophets.
No.
You know, because some of the prophets, you know, don't have what spiritual power.
That's gonna be a part of it, man. It's a win-win. Like we go into all these different scenarios, it's a win-win. Even in death. You know?
Verse 29, my hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell.
Yep.
Be joyful, O thy mother, and thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord. Hey. Remember thy children that sleep, for I shall bring them out of the sides of the earth, and show mercy unto them, for I am merciful, saith the Lord Almighty.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, every scenario that you can think of, the Lord has it covered to when the elect got a victory, man. Hey, there's gonna be whole families delivered. Okay? You see? Brothers, children's seeds are gonna be delivered. Even if you're not with your seed, hey, some of them are still gonna be delivered. The Lord has a victory already prepared for every scenario that we're gonna be in, man.
You got what? Be still, know that He is.
He's gonna be exalted.
And we get groomed for that. Majority of this truth that we go through the afflictions is to groom us up to that point. To be able to live off faith and survive off faith and have a fortified mind regardless of what's going on around us, man. You know when you watch those military movies and they be in battle and they always crawling on the ground with bullets flying over them, and the whole goal is to maintain that vision despite death being all around you. So that's what we're being groomed to, man. Like you said, it's not about who that deepest brother. You know what? I mean, that was hard. You know, what else? Being right, brother scared to be wrong, or that's their image. Israelites, different camps, have their image. At the end of the day, are you gonna live and die on this, man? Like you said, are you gonna stand on this, man?
I know a good movie coming out that Lone Survivor. You know what I'm talking about? When you get shot in the head with the gun, don't give up. You know.
Because, like you said, that'll be more of embarrassment, you know, using deep brother, you know, and you took the seat there. Damn. It'll be worse. It'll be worse.
I'd rather be the brother that nobody knew.
The brother got 11 subscribers, he held down.
Yep. but that's how it be.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, that's gonna be scenario. That's why you can't be on that surface. Like, nah, the Lord finna see what's in us, man. You know, like
he searched the brains of the heart. He searched me. He tried. He tested. He tests your heart. Somebody said the way he tests my gangster. The Most High test your heart, man. You know, because anything that you put on the shelf and mark it and put a certified step, it has to go through a vetting system. Anything that you put on the shelf, it has. In Babylon, you learn that. If it doesn't go through a vetting system and they got the papers on it and them stickers on the paper saying certified approved, then it loses its credibility. But when we get tested, I'm wondering when we become the elect, or we get delivered, that's certified approval. And it's nothing more honorable than being approved by Yahweh Shai and be rewarded by Yahweh Shai. Solid. Eternal. Who are these that receive palms in their hands? Man. Amen. Commencement ceremony.
Yeah, your name mentioned, like, it's gonna be eternal. Your name mentioned, like, dang, you know,
it's a legacy.
That's the legacy.
I got a precept going back to what you said about, you know, you was a deep brother, and then, you know, in the end, you took the seed up. Second Maccabees 6 going into Eleazar when they had him up, and they were trying to, you know, convince him to deceive the people. This is Second Maccabees 6 and 21. It says, but they that had the charge of that wicked feast, for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use, and make it as if he did eat the flesh.
Yeah, so you had pretty much, you know, the king's men, the Greeks, all right, come to Judea, you know, and they wanted to convert Jacob to Hellenization, man. But you had some of our forefathers, man, they would rather die, okay, to convert. For sake of the pork. Back then, you know, the sea hill was gonna be like that pork back then. When they were trying to make Jacob that pork. You You know, the sea hip is going to be like that. There's abomination, man. You know? Go ahead.
Taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king, that in doing so he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor.
Yep.
And I'm gonna skip down
Because see, even Eleazar, you know, because one thing about it, you know, when you go into Jake, they got this integrity, like everybody deals with, like they got some respect for him. Eleazar, you know, you tell he was Jacob much integrity to him. Even, you know, the Greeks, they ain't want to do it. They're like, just act like, come on,
Yeah,
and,
pretend.
yeah, just act like it, man. We ain't trying to do all this with you, man. You know how, you know. But hey, he wasn't budging, man. You know, go
he
ahead.
didn't sell out.
Nah, he wasn't budging, man. He didn't care about the friendship, none of that. He was unmoved before you how about your mouth shot.
Verse 23, when he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age, and the excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his gray head, whereupon was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by the Most High. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightway to send him to the grave. For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to disassemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now gone to a strange religion.
Yeah, so he was thinking about legacy. He was like, man, what I look like 90 years old, been faithful this whole time, okay? To even act like I, you know, consented, all right? Realization, man.
Trick that perception.
Yeah, you're like, man, no, man, I've been solid 90 years, but you know, what's his date? He 90, so he's like, I heard this shit.
Down a couple of years. Yeah. Back in the real world, a couple of years.
And so they, through my hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer,
Hey, a little time and a moment longer, there's gonna be people get to see him die a week later, 2 days later. You know, or walk out the you know, the Sea Hill station, all right, get blasted, you know.
And then you know it's gonna be health. It's gonna be your body's gonna react. Some people's body's gonna react adversely.
Yep.
Because you put this technology in your body.
It's an experiment.
It's an experiment.
And then, you know, he saw Wicked, so you know he got something on the Wicked that kill you anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
Population reduction.
Yeah. So you trusting this nigga, and then the Most High still help you get to see him to eat, and you still starve with the family.
you still don't eat.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's both up.
You gonna be thinking about that. You know, hey, the Most High for the torment people, man. Hey, he's finna glorify his name in the earth again, man. You gonna get that too, man.
It says, a desire to live a little time and a moment longer should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to my old age.
A stain to my old age. You thinking legacy, man. Okay? Somebody who arguing about a goddamn hat. You think about legacy, man? Okay? Someone that talking about fringes on everything, where your fringes at, but you teaching Christ, you think they thinking about a legacy, man?
You went into this, was it last week? It's popularity over legacy with them.
Yeah.
It's popularity over legacy.
Yeah.
Because with them different uniform camps, it's pleasing to the eye.
Yep.
And Keisha, you know, E get caught up into that.
Yeah.
It's like it's a college fraternity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The popular. They remind you that they're in crowd in school.
Yeah.
You know?
But everybody gravitated and respected.
Yeah. But then after them be the bombs after high school.
Yep.
Cause that shit only worked on the high school, you know. But see, you come to a time now, well, hey, gimmicks ain't gonna get us through this, man. Okay? We just want to be really fanatic for you. How about you about Sean the whole way, man? Okay?
Make it abominable. But though from this present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead.
Yeah. So he was like, look, I'd rather take this death now and be silent when I go back to the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
You know? Because you know Eleazar are the truth now.
Yeah.
Like part of his reward for that was that, hey, that he will always be within the truth, man. And now, hey, Eleazar finna get their reward. You see, and their legacy, like, we're gonna know, like, hey, you know, you might be in the Dallas camp or, you know, Tampa camp or something like that, you know, but that's attached to your legacy, like, damn, you know, and that's gonna be eternal. That's immortal.
Yep.
You know, that's gonna be always spoken about, like, damn, you know. Because guess what? He set a standard for us to follow after, man. For us to pattern after, man. You know, like niggas pattern themselves after these different athletes. But we got a standard to where we can pattern ourselves after in righteousness, man. You know? Get that John from me. John 12 and 28. Yeah.
And then John 12 and 28. And then John 12 and 28. Father, glorify thy name. They come there, a voice from heaven saying, I have both glorified it, and we have glorified it again.
So Yahweh shot asked the heavenly Father, his Father, to glorify, his name. The heavenly Father said, I have glorified it, speaking of ancient Egypt, and will glorify it again, speaking of this time. He's going to do it again. What he was doing in Egypt, he's going to do it on a much massive scale now. Okay, because he drowned Pharaoh's military in water. But America is going to be what? A lake of fire. He's going to glorify on a much larger scale. With much more judgment, man, with much more fierce judgment. Okay, you see? This is the time that we're coming into, man, where the Lord is really going to show out in the earth, man. That's why he kept hardening Pharaoh's heart, because the Most High wanted to show power. You know? He was like, Pharaoh would be like, okay, let him go. And he hardened, so he'd show some more power. Harden him again, show some more power. So you read Exodus like the 10th chapter, Pharaoh wise men, when Moses told him that Moses came and told him to let the people go, and Pharaoh was tripping, Moses hardened, Pharaoh wise men were like, look, you ain't got no kingdom, man. Pretty much, let them folk go. Like, yeah, who do you need no? You know, shit, you ain't got shit. We through.
Everybody dead.
Yeah, like, come on. Flies all over, things that come and fly like nigga.
Humble the fuck down.
Like, God damn, dude. You know, but the Most High wants to keep showing power, man. So imagine what he gonna do in this time, man. Okay, imagine the power he gonna showcase. We want to be aligned with that power, not the opposition to it, man. You know? That's why we'll look like the bums. We'll be the outcasts. It's all good, man. We'll be all the slander that they say. But as long as we align with this power, and when he come and execute wrath, hey, it's all worth it.
We got some jobs like that. I talk about jobs like that. That's the life we
like.
Yeah. But like your coworkers think you antisocial or hell crazy or weird. But the plant manager was like, man, I can get paid stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, as long as the person with power like you, look how everybody else look at it. This how it is, it is true. Everybody else looking at it like, oh, they crazy. I'm the Hebrews. I'm the Hotep Hebrews. As long as the Most High know what is going on, that's all that matters. The person with power, like you in good standing with him, you good.
Cause Jake thing now, Jake, the camp's making him look bad.
Yeah.
Goddamn. What niggas will make you look good? Like what representation of niggas that made you,
rappers, athletes.
Yeah.
And nobody know about Israel if it wasn't for the camps. Because temple Israelites been here for 100 years. We know it was an Israelite, a temple Israelite. It went to the camps came on the scene. All right, the world started to know. You say what you want to say about it, but we didn't know because we didn't know who we were through them temples, man. You know?
It's on Solomon 3:1, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there should no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die.
Yeah, so it's going to look like we're dying for a worthless cause. Remember, this is foolish to the masses, man. Like I said, you see the tail, like, when Jake just pulled up rapping and shit. This is foolish. This is not even real. Like, what we talking about not even real. So it's going to seem as if, okay, we're making a bad decision, as if we're bugged out for doing what we're doing. Okay, but they don't understand. They don't have the vision, man.
They don't understand the scripture by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. They don't understand these things.
I just want to say, something I noticed, the nature of Jake is that they fall weak to what appeals to them. And not what benefits them. is Jake falls weak to the element of appeal.
And trend, what's trending?
It was trending, popularity.
What's accepted by their peers.
Right. And it is not a beneficial quality. Jacob discard quality for what appeals to him.
What they say now, clout.
Clout.
Like, we ain't worrying about that shit. Because we know everything in this society, no name, fame, clothes, hoes, whatever, go disappear. The fashion of this world gonna disappear, man.
I mean, it disappeared 10 years ago. Like things that you were wearing 10 years ago, you're not gonna wear it now. You know?
White
Yeah. You're not wearing no big ass shirts no more,
That shit in the club, goddamn. You gotta go home.
Yeah,
You know, hit that snap, goddamn.
I remember like these shoes, Nike Dunks, you know. I mean, that was like trash. Now you look at today, everybody got the motherfuckers on.
And you know the see-through Nikes?
Yeah.
You know, or big ass baggy pants, size 38 Jabos. Now you look weird wearing that. So even in our little life, that shit passed away. And our little adult life.
And one was out.
Yeah.
Dribble ball everywhere. There was anything. You got dribbling everywhere. You have one hand on the ground, you doing the logo, man. You do that shit now, man. You never get picked, man.
It said, in the sight of the unwise that seem to die, and their departure is taken from misery, and they going from us to be utter destruction, but they're all in peace.
Yeah, we in peace because we understand, because the scripture say, what's that, Luke 6:22, for we get that. And then we go back to that. And because, like I say, what we're doing, we're going against the grain. Okay? We're going against the norms of society. And it's all in the belief that this world can't fathom. You know, they can't see who they call the Messiah. They don't envision him coming to the earth and ruling the righteousness. Okay? They think you gotta die and go see him. And, you know, it's like, nah, he coming here. You know? So, you got that Luke 6 and 22.
This is Luke chapter 6, verse 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil.
Yeah, see, when they really start to demonize Yahushua, see, you gotta understand, like, when you read into Yahushua being persecuted, it was niggas that was at the worst. It was niggas that were persistent that he be crucified. Yeah, it was niggas that were persistent, you know. It's gonna be niggas that's just gonna be the worst, man. You know? Go ahead.
For the Son of Man's sake, rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy. For behold, your reward is great in heaven.
Yeah, so that's why I said we in peace. Going back to wisdom of Solomon, it seems like we're being punished and I depart in misery, but we in peace. Because we know this. Yahushua said, rejoice in that day, because great is your reward in heaven. So we know once we start getting persecuted or we find ourselves in an awkward position based on our belief in Yahushua, that's the reward, man. You know how it's gonna feel. And you know how the niggas break down like a championship game, and them niggas know they finna win. Like them niggas be up 10 with 30 seconds left. They know that shit over. Them niggas break down. But that's how it's gonna be. Like we're in them situations where we know, or we see the guillotine, and it's because of Yahushua. Shit, you can chalk it up. That's your throne. Like you really gotta look at the guillotine as your throne.
No matter how I play.
Yeah, fuck it. That's the throne.
Even the CEO being mandated.
Yeah.
Even watching the news.
Yep.
That's that 30-second right there.
Yep.
Like,
Final shot.
yeah, come on, man.
All you gotta do is fucking kill me, nigga. Yeah.
So you gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the 300? I ain't never seen a glorious death.
Yeah.
You know that mouth?
Yeah.
You see why you smiling? Like I seen a beautiful death.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
how we go.
because the guy that was trying to go recruit the Spartans.
Yeah.
Or the second person that showed him where he wanted to go recruit the Spartans. And then when he came back to his camp, his men asked him like, man, why the Spartans not gonna go with us? Why they gonna go on that mission and go against the Persians? He said the Persians offered them something they can't refuse. And he said, what's that? Glorious death.
Hey, well, like them people be saying, it's a good day to die.
Yeah.
Gad,
Hey, before the battle, those Spartans, they was partying and dancing. Like they was they were tying sticks to themselves with their names on it because they knew their body was gonna be there. So they were tying sticks with their names on it. They was grooming themselves. They said they were like doing line dances and shit. You know, before the battle they had with Xerxes, man. You know? Yeah, it was a hell of a spirit. Hell of a spirit, man. You know, but then, you know, I was Jacob, man.
Yeah.
We're going too.
Hey,
That's hard.
So that's why the one them to come fight with them, they were like the Al Qaeda. They were different, right? Cause they were like y'all. They knew they were different.
Yeah.
They were totally different. So he was like, no, they different, but I think they're the same, but they just different though. Cause they knew Spartans was some that they were born to fight. They were bred to fight. They were bred to fight. That's what it was. They had to be good. They had to imagine.
Rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets.
Yeah, so that's part of my legacy, to be persecuted, but then the reward. Okay? So this is where we at with it, man. Well, we're going to come into that reward, and we're going to be in a rejoicing spirit because you know why. This is why wisdom and stability, all right, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. Yep. People going to be buzzing out, we're going to be rejoicing. Yep. You know?
Yeah, because what's it, in a different precious in the sight of the Lord, it's the different in saints.
Yep.
The Lord look at that as precious, man.
But that's ultimate, okay, he rolled it all the way out.
Yeah.
So he gonna win the house shot resurrection. He gonna reward you like, yeah, he was really, you know, he
faithful to them.
Yeah, he didn't care about shit but me. You know,
he was Solomon.
Yep.
Back in Winston Solomon, you had some more.
Get yours, man.
This is Wisdom Solomon chapter 5 verse 4. For we fools are counting his life madness and his end to be without honor.
Yeah, because do you think people see the end game that we see when they pass by, see us out here? You think they see what we see? Hell no. Okay, it's a joke. All right? We just some niggas they seen on their way to the movie, man. You know, go ahead.
How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints?
Yeah, the sons of God. You know, go ahead. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Back in Wisdom of Solomon 3, and they go from us to be under destruction, but they are in peace. But though they be punished in the sight of man, yet it's their hope full of immortality.
Their hope is full of immortality, man. Okay? We're finna be immortals, man. Like you say, we can only die one more time. That's it. Yeah. That's it. You know? So either go get this shit out the way, or what, nigga? You know?
Enjoy the short pleasures of Egypt for a little season.
Yeah.
The other alternative.
Yeah. You gonna get the sea hip. Okay? Go get a Bill Gates burger. Okay? It's gonna be served to you by a transformer. Okay? Shit. Oh, yeah.
Then it say, and having been a little chastised, they should be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself.
Hey, it's time to be proven. You're gonna be made men. You're gonna be immortal made men. Okay? Within the existence, man. They ain't gonna hold weight everywhere, man. In righteousness. You know?
Yep.
That was it.
A couple more. It said, it's gold in the furnace that he tried them and receive them as a burnt offering. Jumping down to 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he had care for his elect.
Yeah, so we're gonna be cared for in these times, man. Even if it's leading to death, we're gonna be cared for. So the thing is to know that he is, provisions are there. We can only die once, and we in a win-win situation no matter what, man. You know, you got it.
Hey, with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give all other glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Kakadash.
the understory other apostles and other bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wonders to the house of David the elect.
A bomb.
bomb.
How about my sharp brother thumb, Shalom?
Shalom.